Welcome to Living in Beauty. It's Wednesday, December 18th, 2019, day 1248 on the road, and we're in San Diego for the holidays. Seems like it's been forever since we posted, and that's because we've been visiting family and friends and redecorating the interior of our beauty. More about that later, along with our wonderful upholstery specialists at All American Upholstery in Lemon Grove. So, yes, we've fallen behind, but bear with us and we'll catch up. Living in Beauty is a travel journal, and we can't have any holes. The only hole I will acknowledge is the one left in my heart when we pulled out of the Adirondacks. I admit it. I'm a sucker for gushing streams, pine-scented paths, and sparkling ponds. Sure, our autumn encounter with the Adirondacks had much to do with luck and timing, but these hills greeted us with such sweetness and purity, it was like going home to Mama. We immediately recognized and sank into the bosom of America's first wilderness. The invigorating mountain air released my inner Pocahontas. Disney may have channeled this region in his Snow White animations as well, which might explain the compulsion to communicate with woodpeckers and squirrels. Yeah, I pranced through the woods trying to chat it up with the residents, but man, they're fast. Mostly I just bumped my head on branches and tripped on roots. Some followers ask us why we're not on YouTube. I tell them because I don't want to die. Videography would put me in grizzly man heaven before my time. I can write this blog today because in my youth, video cameras were too heavy, fragile, and expensive. If I were young, I'd probably shoot for that cliff scene, where in dawn's fragile light I perch upon a cliff gazing rapturously, for no reason whatsoever, at a tempestuous sea, my voluminous gauzy gown billowing upon the wind, a trusty falcon upon my gloved hand. Thank God I found young and lived long enough to learn that a comfortable chair on a nice porch with a growler of good brew is plenty thrilling. Time marches on. But back to the Adirondacks. Absolutely fantastic. Those leaves we'd been stalking for over a month finally made their appearance. We arrived for the last few days of peak color. We pulled into Fish Creek Pond Campground on a Sunday afternoon without a reservation. The park was already closing down for the season, one section at a time. The ranger handed us a list of about 20 available sites that we could stay in for a full week. There was no one behind us, so we took our sweet time making a choice. We found the ideal spot with enough clearance overhead to allow our batteries to charge. It also had a place to launch our kayaks and a strong enough cell signal. The campground was soaked from a recent storm, but fair weather was predicted. In fact, it was perfectly dreamy, with temperatures as high as the 70s during peak daylight hours and no colder than the 40s at night. It was more luck than timing, but we saw fall color the likes of which we'd never seen before. Solitude graced the experience. We had Fish Creek Pond Campground almost entirely to ourselves. The vacation cottages were abandoned for the season. Kinda spooky in mid-October. The day we arrived, the ranger told us that all the leaves would be on the ground by the weekend. Not a moment to waste. The trees had work to do. Mournful loon song echoed across the pond, and other than the crunch of dry leaves beneath our soles, there was no other competing sound. Our senses caught a glassy wave, our minds cleared. We discovered the real enchantment of autumn is not so much the spectacular colors, but the companionship of trees. If we had stayed longer, we would have given them names. Were they choosing names for us? For hours we walked around the ponds, talking. Talking often transitioned into reminiscing about our life's greatest joys, regrets, failures, blessings, burdens, sorrows, ambitions. I know I'm a fanciful person, but I cannot dismiss the sensation that the trees were acknowledging our conversation. Flourishes of empathy, sympathy, and laughter seemed to arrive on cue as we progressed along the road in this mesmerizing ticker-tape celebration of our golden years. Next morning, first day of bow hunting season, we pulled out. 2 days later, we heard that the campground was under snow. Yes, it was quite a show, watching the trees light up and shed themselves bare. The little dog was delighted, couldn't get enough of it. Everything up there coming down here to his level. All was right with the world. And the sense memories still abide. The pond stillness, rosy sunsets beside the fire, and our secret hiding place. Today, it all seems like a dream. From where we are now, the Adirondacks are 3,000 miles away, and we have no idea when or if we'll ever be able to return. So please, do me this favor. If you're ever there, give the mountains our love, and pass on the message that we're fine and that we miss the trees. And sorry about startling the woodpeckers and squirrels. Thanks. Thank you for joining us at Living in Beauty. If you like this post and want to be notified when a new one is released, please enter your email address and click the follow button at the bottom of this page. For more info, check out our travel maps and facts. Okay, that's it for now. Safe travels, happy holidays, and see you next time.